part 2 on everything that is needed during a transaction to get to the closing table. So today we want to do a deeper dive into closing costs specifically. There's 5 major areas to consider. One is all of the lender fees. The second is the escrow fees, which include your property taxes and your homeowner's insurance. The third is all of the attorney fees. The fourth is the title company, and the fifth is the government fees involved, local taxes and all of the state taxes and things like that. So Lisa, would you mind doing a little bit of a better deep dive on the lender side and the escrow side?
Sure. So your closing costs with a lender typically include origination, which I'd like to point out that I don't charge, underwriting, processing, and technology fees, okay? And then we're gonna roll over to your escrow account. So an escrow account is a fancy word for savings account. It's your taxes and your insurance, and when you close, your taxes and insurance will be paid in full for 1 full year. And then we'll put in a few months depending on what your closing date is and when the tax bill is due. So it will be prorated for you. So there will be enough in that account to pay your taxes and insurance when they come due.
Yes. And we should point out that throughout any year after you close, you can always still shop for homeowners insurance.
Absolutely, you can always
to try to
do
get
that.
the best rates, but
Right.
you do need that cushion so you're not coming up super short throughout the process.
Right.
But the other fees involved are the attorney's fees, which is of course the attorney to do the job of the closing itself. The title company, and that includes the title search to make sure that the home is free and clear of any encumbrances or any issues that are clouding the title, so you can own it outright without any issues. Title insurance, and that is a really important thing to have, because if something somewhere down the line has an issue, you're covered by that one-time insurance policy for the life of owning that home in case anything happens to come up after the fact despite the title search.
Right, very important.
And then we have government fees, which are like the state and local transfer fees, taxes, and other kinds of fees, like maybe wiring of this or that, or all kinds of little fees going on around there pertaining to close it all out. So all of that is going to be the sum of the closing costs. Often it runs somewhere around 2.5% to 3.5% of the price of the home, just ballparking it. So you're not over on just putting down your down payment. However, that escrow account, that 1% that you put in up front, will go toward that final payment of the closing costs.
Your earnest money and the cost of your appraisal are credited back to you for your bottom line.
So just feel free to reach out to us. We can dissect that in even greater detail for you. And Lisa and her team will help you find the perfect loan, and our team will help you find the perfect home.
Have a great week.